Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of this F125 Wheel of Chaos career mode. In the last episode we had our final race of our first season in Abu Dhabi, and let's just say it was one of those classic races that we just want to forget. We had a good start, but then we ran into some gearbox issues, and let's just say it all kind of fell apart from there. We fell down the order. We tried to get our way back up, but it just did not work. Our car was just not able to handle it, and we had a really disappointing result after what we thought was going to be a hopeful good race to end off our first year. And you might notice that this video, it's a little bit shorter than usual. It's because I'm going to be just doing the off season in this one. The next time around, we should be doing our first race of season 2, but this video is just mostly just for the off season. So we're going to check out some of the things we did at the end of the year and kind of how our off season went overall. But that's basically how this episode is going to go. So like I said, next episode will be a full race. So this was the first message I got after the race in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, so VCarb countered our offer to Paul Aaron. Now, obviously, it's not that big of an offer, but I'm kind of surprised they went that route. But also, it's because it didn't seem like Isaac Hadjar wanted to come back. So he seems like one of the best options after that to pick up. So we were kind of worried about that. And there wasn't much I could really do because I already sent him a contract offer. So I just was basically playing the waiting game with this. I couldn't do much. I couldn't send him a new offer, so that's how we just had to leave that situation. But a bunch of this off season leading into the end of season 1 was just basically figuring out some upgrades and also some regulation changes that were coming. Obviously the game implements this every now and then, and I really couldn't do much. Obviously with the money that we had, I had to stay kind of not so aggressive with what I had to pick. So we are going to lose a couple of upgrades, I think, leading into next season, just because we didn't have the time, we didn't have the money to make some changes. But I spent a lot of time for this video, just fixing stuff up and making sure we have stuff possibly for next year. We do have some new upgrades on the car, but the problem is that I think we're going to be losing a lot of upgrades on the car. So we're going to have lots to work towards entering the next season. But this was the big news here. As you see, our head of personnel, Andrew Lung there, telling us Isaac Hadjar accepted his contract. So that's actually massive for us that we got a really strong driver heading into next season. I'm very happy that I'm surprised. Well, first of all, I'm very surprised that he even approached us, but I'm very happy it was able to work out and we were able to get him. That is really big news for us. And not too long after, Andrew said, well, look, Paul Aaron actually also accepted his contract offer from us. So that is two big key signings for us. We have improvements on both drivers' sides. Obviously, Isaac Hadjar is the big one for us, and that's going to be big for us, especially when I'm driving with Paul Aaron next year, because we'll also have another driver that can fit into a top 10 role on the grid. So I'm very happy for that. And when you want to look at their two contracts, Isaac Hadjar will be earning an annual salary of $7.17 million. Had a decent signing bonus, but overall, I'm very happy with his contract. I think it was a good offer. And then for Paul Aaron, obviously much cheaper at $2.41 million, and not so big of a signing bonus. So again, two guys, I'm happy with their contracts. I'm happy with their salary, and I'm very happy we got our driver lineup that we wanted for next year. And once I got that all settled, I wanted to look at some of the stats that we had throughout the season, and I came to this screen here. We had 5 podium finishes, 3 race wins, 3 fastest laps, 12 top 10 finishes, 44 race finishes, and 13 top 10 qualifying spots, I guess. I don't even know what you want to call that, but and 0 pole positions, first of all. So overall, that's a good start to a playthrough, I believe. I hope so, especially for a bottom feeder team. This was the final standings. Obviously, we ran through it in the last episode, but Max Verstappen was our champion. Our drivers finished 8th and 10th. We finished 5th in the constructors, so that was really good for us. I was really happy that we had that. Definitely boosted by our 3 victories. If we don't have those, we might be fighting Aston Martin for 6th. And then throughout the season, obviously, I mean, we had lots of up and downs. Obviously, you could see those 3 victories there, 2 for Hauger, 1 for Fittipaldi. Fittipaldi should have had a couple more good results. He got screwed over by our engines a couple of times, but overall, pretty average season. I think for us, like I said, a team that was at the bottom for a lot of it. And these were our best finishes throughout the year. So obviously we didn't DNF, well, this is kind of like how I played out, but obviously a couple of those DNFs I had were so late in races that they counted them as, you know, finishes. So I only had 2 full DNFs, which I'm not too upset about that, but good season for sure. And we came to this screen after all that. Yeah, that's it. Season 1 is now over. Like I mentioned, a good year, a very good year. Obviously, I had my battles a couple times, but overall, I'm very, very pleased with how it really went. And for those of you who want to know the money side of things, with our sponsor Siren, not Siren as I was calling them all year, our goal was just to score 5 constructor points. We scored, what, 172 that was, so we definitely got that. We got 5th in the constructor, so we gained 15 million from that. So I'm very pleased, and we gained $20 million from it. So I'm all good with that, especially how we spent most of the year without any money. So yeah, I'm very pleased. And I don't know what this stuff is, but we got a fan rating increase because our total workforce total workforce capacity across all 3 facilities went up. I don't know, and that just helped our fan rating go up. We're hopeful that can keep rising as we enter this next season and throughout. And I had a good laugh at this screen, the cost cap, that we were 65 million under budget. So I mean, I knew that. That's no surprise. So I'm very pleased. But I found that screen really funny. And they just gave us our final statistics to end off the season. 3 wins, 0 pole positions, 160 championship points. I thought we had 172. Oh, I must have said that. I must have reading the wrong number. But 5 accolades earned, 4 fan ratings, sentiment +3. So a very good season. So we move now into year number 2. But this was a big thing. I got to pick the calendar heading into next year, and I made a couple of changes that you might kind of notice. Obviously, right then and there, Imola, I got rid of it. It's out in real life for Formula 1, so I took it out. One change I did make, as you can see at the bottom of that list, I brought in the reverse Silverstone just to try it out. We'll see how it goes, but I wanted to give myself a challenge, so that's the one new race that we got for next season. And just as a final look before we head into season number 2, this is how we're looking. So we have X-Forming, who is our new sponsor. If we finish 10th or better in the Constructors Championship, we got $5 million from them, so I'm very pleased with that. We had an $8 million signing bonus. We're staying with Renault for our engine right now as we stay low on cost. Hadjar and Aaron are our drivers. But look at our balance there at the bottom of the screen, $35 million. Man, we spent a lot of the year with just $2 million. So I'm very happy that we're going to get some money. But I'm going to be a bit more cautious with it. I'm not going to use it all at once. So hopefully we could save some money throughout the year and make better upgrades to the team. And to end off this video, everyone, I wanted to show you the car that we'll be using for this year. This is our brand new livery for season number 2. Oh baby, you know what, the X-Forming liveries that the game has were not really good, so I just kind of went on my own way and I made this. A lot of the sponsors are the same from last year. Obviously we used all the ones that we have, so I just kind of moved stuff around, but most of the stuff is still in the same place, and I tried to keep the same idea for where the colors are from last year's livery as well. So I hope you guys like this livery. Let me know what you think of it down below in the comments. And that's also going to do it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the Zuck TV YouTube channel if you have not yet. Also, ring that bell for when I post next, because like I said, the next video will be our first race of season number 2. So thank you guys so much for watching season 1. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.